Hello everybody, good to be back with you on Weighted to Win. Betway's Weighted to Win. Hope all has been going well with everybody, and look forward to the vaal meeting on Thursday afternoon. See how things play out. I've got Daryl Murray. There's the Weighted to Win WhatsApp number 0691643272. Have you sent your name and your ID number to that number to be part of the WhatsApp group? And right there, which way is it? This way. There is the QR code for you to join the Betway account. Get your activity going. It's lots of fun punting with Betway. Okay, so just a reminder about what the plan is. There are 8 races, so Bipod starts almost immediately, and we'll have a look at the early market. We're doing this on Wednesday morning with Daryl Marie, who's very much in form. 4 Secret Warrior, 3-1 favourite, 4-1 about the 2 Lava Country second favourite, and 4-1 about the 8 Scarlet Heart, who's at 4-1. 9-2 Six Time Will Tell, and the 7 Tin Pan Alley is a first timer from the Sean Terry stable, who's priced up at 9-2. Yeah, perhaps not the best starts to the day, I guess. I think the card on a whole is quite tricky. Good, and you, Daryl?
Good, thanks.
Tricky card or what?
Very tricky. I'm going to tread very carefully.
Whilst we're talking about how was Saturday, I mean, I know it's a week later.
Beautiful.
Well, how was that racing?
Ask the bookmakers how Saturday was. They lost
They got a hiding. I see the NHA put out a statement reminding everybody about how well the 3-year-olds in particular have performed to date. I think they've cleaned up with everything, haven't they?
Yes, apparently so.
They've won most of the Group 1s.
Must be a very talented crop.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'll get through the opening leg of the bipod. I'm not convinced. I don't like the form on offer here, Clyde. Gone with numbers. I went with numbers 4, 7, and 8. Now, Tin Pan Alley. The dam only raced twice, Clyde. Excuse me, Clyde, and ran unplaced in both of her starts. However, the second dam was the dam of Silver Operator, and he won the Grade 2 Drill Hall Stakes. Mr. Terry says may need the experience. Then I backed him up with number 4, Secret Warrior. He was fancy to kill last time out. I thought that was a fair enough effort. He stayed on all the way to the line. He's now been stepped up to 1200 once again, which I think he'll appreciate. A little bit of a tricky draw to contend with. And then the filly number 8, Scarlet Heart. Both of Mr. Bronco's horses must have chances over here, but I'm going with the filly over here, number 8, because she does get that allowance. 57.5 drawn 1. This race is around the bend, and she's now having her third start. I don't think her form lines are the strongest, but I think with those 2 factors in her favour, she should be thereabouts.
Okay.
So let's hope we survive, Clyde. I'm not convinced.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, it's not easy. The first leg of the bipod is tricky. Daryl hoping to get through with 4, 7, and 8 in the first leg. So remember the 1200 on the classic trackers around the turn. This is a race for the juveniles, the maiden juveniles, over the 1200 meters. And this point in time, there are 9 of them that are going to the gate. Now, the 4 Inspiration is at 2 performances to date. She does come from the Western Cape. Sean Terry brings her back to Johannesburg, and Samanga Kumalo is riding her for Mary Slack, Wilgeborgsdrift, Pty Limited. And the daughter of Rafif does appear to be the right one. Having said that, the favourite is from the Tony Peters stables, a first-timer called Captain Salvi, who's priced up at the 2-1. Second choice, number 4, Inspiration, 22-10. And 7-2 about another first-time here from the Lucky Hoodalaka stable called Miss Novaks. There's one more in here that's worth mentioning, Mike de Kock's first-timer, that Gavin Larina's riding, Open Sesame, who's at 7-2. And 10-1 and better about the runner, the ballot. So of those that have run, obviously Inspiration, but tricky because I don't know much about first timers yet. Do you?
I don't. The only comment is for number 3 out of the first timers will need the experience. Now, Clyde, Captain Salvi, number 2, is so well related, right? She's a half sister to Almancy, Sarah, Celtic Rumors, who actually beat Fiery Pegasus. Well, she's got that on her CV. My concern is Clyde. She's an out-and-out sprinter, well, on paper that is, and now she's been debuted over 1200. Do you think that's because she's lacking a little bit of early toe
Probably.
back at home?
Probably.
I mean,
and what's available?
if she had blinding speed, Tony would have debuted her up the straight of the 1,000 meters, and she might have been even in the nursery a little bit later. But I don't know. If she's fancied, and if she's got ability like her siblings, I can see her making a winning debut. Number 7, Open Sesame, the Dam. Won 3 races from 1160 to a mile. No comment. And no comment for number 5. So for that reason, I bank at number 4, Inspiration. Obviously, she's got the Western Cape maiden form. And you know, it's very strong. If you see on debut, there's several winners. And not on debut, I mean in her second start. There have been only 2 runners and 2 winners.
Yes, I see that.
And she finished behind all winners on that occasion.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that she's had 2 runs and now she comes to the Highvelds. Yeah, I'm happy enough bankering her in the place accumulator because of the experience and the strength of her latest form line. You know, she's a sister to Glittering Girl, who ran second in the Grade 1, Alan Robertson. Yeah, let's see how she goes, Clyde.
Yeah.
I'd even go as far as saying if the first timers aren't strongly fancied, we can have a nibble, but
Okay.
I do have a slight reservation, Clyde. Have a look who's drawn on her inside. Miss Glidler. She never took the bend last time out. She hung out right across the track. She's drawn on the inside of Inspiration. Let's hope
Yeah, she doesn't hang.
she doesn't hang and take us out the race.
Well, interesting because that Cape Nursery form, as you say, Good For You came from direct hit and won, and Pay the Palace, who was last in the race, came out and won. Only 2 runners, 2 winners, and on that, Inspiration looks like the right horse. Maiden class field, the 3rd race over 2,400 metres. And some of these guys have been having a go for quite a while now, trying to crack their maiden. And there are a few that have got chances. I thought Santiago's Pride might well be the right horse here. James Lahaba stays in the saddle and goes over the 2,400 metres. The form line thus far to the Merciful has been pretty good. 2 winners from that form line in itself. And maybe not the strongest field. We'll get Daryl's view in a minute. Tyron Zaki's got a strong hand in here, and Heroic Act and Chieftain Shield, 2 and 4. They favourites. They're joints at 28-10 at the moment. Santiago's Pride is 7-2, and it's 4-1 about number 3, Man's Night. I would imagine Open, number of horses you've got to consider. I thought maybe Santiago on the form.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, Clyde. He ran beyond the Merciful last time out.
Yeah.
Gold the Grace was ahead of him.
Yeah.
Gold the Grace was ahead of him.
Yeah.
Gold the Grace is held on his later start behind Heroic Act. I don't know what to make of this,
Yeah,
Clyde.
who stays and who doesn't? The 24, will Coup de Grace, will he get the 2400? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know. I do like Santiago's because the headgear comes off.
Yeah.
Heroic Act, I mean, last week he was 100-1. This week he's favourite.
Yeah.
He was off for 8 months, if I'm not
kind of
mistaken.
race,
No, 4 months. So he's been backed up very soon after that 4-month layoff. I don't know what to make of him. Man's Night, Chieftain Shield. My pick 6 was far too costly. I couldn't tip at 8,000 Rand per because I had to go field this leg. The filly interests me. Wesley Mowing's filly. He rides for, I think, is it his fiancée,
Paul
Clyde?
Matchett, yes. Kelsey, is it?
You know, he was unfortunate last time out because she was trapped wide throughout. So she really had no luck in running. This time around, she's still gate number 1. Wes will get her to relax. Go back 3 runs behind Poplar Park. I mean, if she had to happen to finish 3 lengths off Poplar Park right now, she'd actually trot up in a field like this. But then again, Poplar Park's improved since then. But I respect her chances. I think she'll go much better this time around. I tipped a pick 3, Clyde. I don't like the look of the race.
Yeah. I don't blame you. It's a tough race. And there are a number of horses that can win. Even as Daryl said, the filly Luna Rainbow, maybe she goes the 24. She might enjoy it being out of a go deputy mare. 1259 by 2378 by 2345 is what the pick 3 looks like for this third race. We like Suzanne, yeah. We give it a bit of a chance. It is our Betway Insure bet of the day, and looking to take the 5-2 about Suzanne in terms of the outright win. But if you run second or third at 5-2, you get your money back. The favourite at the moment is Francine, who's top of the boards at 7-2. That's the Michael Adam Azzi runner. That is the horse to beat based on the market. Suzanne, if you wanted an outright win without protecting the money, is 4-1. Then you've got 6 Miss Hannigan, who is priced up at 4-1, and 9-2 about 4 Command Pilot. It is they trade, I think it's 6-1 Mount Darwin, and then 10-1 and better the balance. Okay, we've got a rerun for you to show you. This is the Suzanne rerun. Daryl Marie's with me. He'll take us through the race. And yeah, Daryl highlighted Suzanne at the moment, stays on well.
Yeah, it looked like Jury's out up his inside was going to go straight on by, but you see he rallied late and he ran all the way to the line, Clyde. You know, his previous couple of starts, he wasn't well in at the weights, and then last time out, it was a handicap, and he only got 4 pounds. I thought he was gutsy in that one, and the way I see the race panning out over here, I really believe he's going to get the run of the race. In my mind, the pace setter is going to be Royal Edition, and he's going to latch on in second, and he'll have every opportunity. Strictly at the weights, he's got his work cut out. It favours the Ferris X because they get their 2 kg allowance, Francine and Miss Hannigan. I do want to say he's my number 1 choice. However, you can see in the jackpot, I did put the field because the race is, you can make a case for each and every one of these runners. Even a horse like Mount Darwin, I know it's on the sharp side for him, but I see Mr. Pettigrew's slapped a pair of blinkers on him. Yeah, Clyde, tricky, in order, 2 from 7, but I do believe Royal Suzanne will give us a run for our money.
Okay, Suzanne, let's see how that all plays out.
Suzanne will give us a run
all
for our
right.
money.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the jackpot. It is. It does have that look to it. It's an open race by 2, 3, 4, 5, by 1 and 6, by 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay, welcome back. Race 5 on the card now. We talk about this in memory of Sean Patterson. It's a handicap at the 72 level. So, again, our deepest sympathy to Reed Patterson and to Sharon Patterson on the loss of Sean, who put a lot into the stable and a lot of work and work riding. And we saw him most of the time when we were at the races. So, a great loss to racing. Now, this event, race number 5, an opportunity for the second jackpot. And in this race, Tony Peters got that horse, Mr. Wilson, in here, the juvenile son of Active War, who's won his last start. And it's quite possible that he can go back to back. The market has got this horse priced up at the moment at around 7, 7.5 to 10, and does appear or look like the right horse to beat. You got a good story to tell us about when you went into the bank. Eh? We went to the bank about, well, not for Mr. Wilson, but tell everybody what happened.
Yeah, the gentleman recognised us and he said he's got a share in Mr. Wilson's. So good luck to him. I believe there's many partners, a lot of first-time owners.
Keegan's in there. Tell them about what it's like to go in the bank today. Have you been to the bank? Have you ever walked into the bank lately? It's not the same, eh? There are no humans.
Yeah.
There are no more humans in the bank. It's all help yourself and do your own. And
I went to so many places recently that's just cashless.
the way of the world.
Clyde,
All right, so what do we do with Mr. Wilson? Back to back or not?
I looked at the final fields and I said, this is the racing certainty of the week. I mean, Nyaka beat a nice horse in Constellation. He's a 2-year-old. He's taking on horses in their place. And then I had a look at his time. Listen to this now, Clyde. A horse like, you're going to be shocked, Turf Guru, who's, I think, run 4 times and yet to hit the board, unplaced in all 4 starts. His time was quicker than him. Ringo's a battling maiden, Clyde. His time was quicker than him. Red Caramel, that 2-year-old filly who got thumped by a first timer in her next start. His time was quicker than him. and omnipotent, who ran on the same day, who ran later on in the card,
Yeah.
time was quicker than
Quicker.
him. So for that reason,
So on times, we're in
and that
trouble.
reason only, I backed him up. However, I did include the scratching. I think he's a lovely sort.
Yeah,
If
he
you
does
just
look
look
that
at
way.
him, he's got some substance about him. I think Sakala Skatula, if you can bank that inside running roll and doesn't hang and run straight against it, I think he could be a factor. And the same can be said with Muzi on the outside. Probably the more favourable going on. Number 4, Captain Efficient. But then again, I'd like to see Mr. Wilson win. You know, he's a 2-year-old making his handicap debut. However, on times, the jury's out.
Okay, there's the jackpot. 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1 and 6 by 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 by 2, 3 and 4. If you're going to back Mr. Wilson, it sounds to me like he's going to drift. Okay, so Virgin River won a good race the other day. Calvin Habib stays with her, and the Alec Laird stable, as you know, is in great form, and they priced Virgin River up to win here at 13 to 10. It's likely that she'll go back to back. Night Vigil is the second favourite at 5 to 2. 5 Mist in Scotland is priced up at 7 to 1, and 2 Bosom Buddy is priced up at 10 to 1. They bet 12 to 1 and better about the balance. Okay, Daryl, give us your thoughts on Virgin River. I mean, I thought that based on a last victory should be the right one. If she was to be run over, who's a danger?
You know, Clyde, you have to admit she was drawn well on the inside track last time out. She had the run of the race.
Yeah.
Calvin must have been over the moon to get the monkey off his back. It was his first winner
Yes.
since returning from his injury. She's a lightly raced 5-year-old mare, Clyde. However, Mr. Laird is running her frequently now, so that gives us confidence that she's overcome her issues, if there were any. Yeah, she's in good form. She only got a 1.5 kg penalty for that victory last time out. Calvin sat on her in both her wins. He's 2 from 3. She's going to back that outside running rail. She's got a lot of toe. And it's probably the horse to beat. In saying that, Clyde, go to number 1, Night Vigil. 3 runs back. When she beat Virgin River, I know Virgin River was returning from an 8-month layoff. She was also returning from a layoff, and she was having her first run on the Hufford. She beat Virgin River, and she's now 3 kgs better off. On paper, she has to confirm that form. So I'm not looking past the 2 of them. I think they will dominate.
Okay, so Daryl big on the Appy claiming the 4 kilos here on Night Vigil, but we're going both horses in the play, Night Vigil and Virgin River. 1 and 6 by 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 by 2, 3 and 4. Okay, everybody, welcome back. We've got 2 more races to go. We're having a look at race number 7 now. Handicap at the 106. They go over 1,000 metres. Let's have a look at the Wednesday morning market to give you an idea what the betting is. And 7 to 2 about number 7, One Fell Swoop. And the 8 horse Mount, second choice, number 8, Mount Panatubo, who's at 4 to 1. 9 to 2, number 9, Yamadori, who looks to win now. And the 4 Cosmic Stars at 7 to 1. 7 to 1, Troppe Veloci. Also got to have some sort of claim, and 10 to 1 and better about the balance. It's quite a tricky race. I thought there are a few in here that have got ability that can win. I mean, you can't draw the line after a horse or 2, or perhaps there are a handful that can win here. Daryl, your first choice?
Now, you say Yamadori looks to win. He does. But he won his penultimate starts.
Yeah.
Last time out, Clyde, he ran second, and he was coming back at the finish.
Yeah, I
don't know
saw
if you
that.
recall.
I did.
He did get the run of the race on the inside track. However, He was coming back. Have a look. The handicapper was very impressed with that run. He got 2 kgs for that second, 4 pounds. So it's going to be a little bit tougher, but he's in great form. If you like his chances, you have to respect Cosmic Star, because he actually holds him on the Halberdier run. However, Yamadori's got the racing fitness on his side. Now, Clyde, One Fell Swoop really deserves another victory. I mean, she's now consistent again and knocking at the door. Second to Night Vigil last time out. However, Night Vigil's a lovely filly, and she had to give us 6.5 kg. So I think it's better than what it appears on paper. Gavin, drawn towards the outside, pace. But if you like her chances, Troppo Veloce was just behind her, and Troppo Veloce is half a kilogram better off, was returning from a layoff, so should strip fitter. And look at Troppo Veloce's course and distance
Yeah, I
form.
see that.
Unbeaten.
3 from 3.
3
yeah.
from 3.
That's amazing. That's
So
what I
she
liked. I
really-
liked her and Yamadori, but
Yeah, so she loves it, yeah. And then you got the lovely 3-year-old in Man Panatsuba. I know he's been off the track for 7 months and it's a distance short of his best, but if he's in striking position midway through the race, I wouldn't be shocked to see him make a winning return. Very, very nice race, this, Clyde. I think it's very competitive. And I've gone as many as 5 in the double.
yeah, it's tricky. And 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 all need to be taken into account here. Right at the back, we like 2, 3, and 4. Eighth race on the card is a handicap over 1,000 metres now. Last one on the card, and they bet 4-1 the field on Wednesday morning about this race. I thought that my one and only be the right horse in the race here. That Pierre Stradham's back on for the bar, and Buerta Stable is priced up 4-1 favourite. Second choice, number 2, Omnipotent at 9-2. One Lady of Memphis is 5-1, 11-2 about 9 Heirloom, and then you can get 7-1 about number 6 Lady of Arc, 10-1, and better about the balance. The last of the day, and if my one and only doesn't get into any sort of trouble or no bumping and all that sort of stuff, then perhaps the right horse in the race, Daryl, because if not, then I don't know what you're going to tip here, because it's quite a nightmare of a race again, to be honest.
Yeah, Fillies and Mares a handicap, Clyde.
Yeah.
Interesting that Strikery not. I mean, we all recall that start when he ran third on her.
Yeah.
She was flashing up late, and then for some reason he was taken off in her next start, and once again she found horrible interference with Muzieni. Then last time out, ridden by the apprentice around the bend, it was just awful. Now, have a look at her comment in the computer form. Fatigued, blowing. Now Mr. Buerta has put the tongue tie on, back up the straight. You know, this filly came to the track with a huge reputation. She was working with Quid Pro Quo, and they put the money down. And I think in this lineup, if she doesn't go close to winning, she's in trouble, because I think this is an ideal opportunity for her to notch up another victory.
Yeah.
Aralina, another one I'm willing to put a line through around the bend last time out from a hopeless draw. She loves it over here. Vaal Classic. She's had 2 efforts for a second and a third, both close up. Penultimate start was against the boys.
Yeah.
So I think she's overpriced. I think she's going to run a blinder. And then Omnipotent. When I opened the book, I said, no, I can't have her. It was a very weak field, but then we've touched on that time, Clyde. Her time was quicker than Mr. Wilson.
Yeah.
If Mr.
Yeah, he
Wilson
ran
has trotted
today.
up by now, I have respect for this filly, Omnipotent. She's only having her 4th start. She's having a peak run. And have a look at the jockey and trainer combination. They've teamed up 3 times for 3 victories.
Yeah.
And Gavin rides for Miss Stenger once again. So, yes, I'm focusing on numbers 2, 3, and 4 here.
Okay, she's quite a fair looker too, Omnipotent. So
Yes.
pay attention. Having said all of that, if my one and only doesn't get into trouble and gets a clear run, she may well be the horse in the race. 2, 3, and 4. Darryl also makes reference to Aralina, that she's overpriced at the moment. So take that into account. That takes care of Betway's Weighted to Win today. Trust it's all been good. We'll be back on Friday with the Port Elizabeth meeting. All the best.